Hello everyone, and welcome back to Revit Snippets. Great tips you can learn in just a few minutes. Today's lesson will show you how to create family types parameters. What does that mean? Let me show you. I have here in this project a simple wall with a door on it. If I now isolate this door, you can see that it has two handles, one on the inside and one on the outside. I'm sure you know how to make most Revit parameters, like materials, offset, width and height and so on. But how about these ones? I can see that under graphics, I have this graphic parameter for the handle type on the internal face of the door. If I now change this, I can have a few options. Either this lever type handle, no handle at all, or I can change that to be a pull handle. Let's see what that looks like. So the internal one has changed. Instead of a typical handle type, it's now this special type. I can even make it more special by changing to the pull handle full length type. And now it's much higher as well. Doing this can save you lots of time because you don't have to manage that many families in your project. Instead, you can have just a few families, but they are so clever they can let you choose different components type for different sections of the family geometry. So let's see today how we can do this. By the way, if you are new to this channel, make sure to subscribe now to get tutorials like this every single day. Alright, let's get started. As an example, I will start developing further this door family to have here a sign that says different things depending on what type of sign we try to show. We can now go edit family. And here the door family is looking okay. We need to now create a new family for the signage that we'll place here. Let's go to new family. And I will go for now just the generic model template. In here I can go to the front view and create a quick extrusion. Just a rectangle one is fine for now. I will try to center it around this vertical plane. Finish, and I set this extrusion depth to be 20 mil. So, very basic, nothing special. But now we can also save this as a family. Let's call this one Signage. Save it now. I can now go to family types and call this one rectangle. Click OK now, and here's what that type should show. Let's return now to the front view. Make a copy of this extrusion now, and we can paste it now in place. I can now choose edit extrusion, and this time instead of a rectangle, let me draw a circle instead. This will be our type 2, the circular sign. Let's move it to here. So, I have now two signs in the same place. Let's assign visibility parameters to them, just so I can show only one of them at a time. So this one here, under visible, we can call this rectangle sign. Make sure it's a type parameter as well. Do the same now for the circular one. I can now call this one circular sign. Again, it should be a type parameter here. Click OK now. We can now return to the family types window. And now for the rectangle type, I don't want to see the circular one. Let's untick this box and apply. We can now choose to make a new type and call this one round. For this round type, we need to tick the box for circular sign and untick the other one for rectangular sign. Here we go. I can now save this family and load this into the door family from before. I can now go and place it somewhere. Maybe in the level view it would be easier. Go to create component. And how about we place it right here. Now I realize that's quite a big sign. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, now it's there. We can now move it up just by changing the offset from host parameter. How about 1500? Now the sign is there. As you can see, if I go now to the properties box, this family has two types. Rectangle, that's the one there, and round, that's a circular one. To switch between them in the project, I need to create that family type parameter that we used previously for this handle. The way to do this is to go to the option bar here, click on Label, and choose to add the parameter right from here. I can now call this one Signage type. And as you can see, because we selected a component before creating parameter, the type of the parameter has been pre-selected for us as family type. It also knows the family category of this object, which is generic model. You can also change here the group underneath this parameter will be placed. I can try graphics now. And also you can decide either this should be a type parameter or instance. For me, I don't want to change the door type every time I want it to have a different signage shape. So let's change this now to instance. Click OK. And now let's try and test this in the project. Project 4 that is. As you can see, my sign is there already. The offset is wrong, but that doesn't matter so much at the moment. We can now click on this door. And suddenly enough, under graphics, I have now this new parameter called Signage type. It knows the family type there, generic model. And now when I go to here, I can change the signage type to be rectangle. And now that will change it there. This is how you create a parameter that allows you to change types of different nested components in the family, not just things like length or angle or material. To use it successfully, you need to know one more thing. As you can see there, next to the parameter name is the family category name. If I now go to the same drop down again, only 3 choices are available here. I can see my 2 signage types and the vision panel. But if I go back here to the handle type parameter, I can see that it's reading families of the category doors. That's why when I go to the drop down for this one, I have other choices. This is why if you want this to have more choices for you under here, you need to nest into your family more families of this same category, generic model. This is how to do this. Let's go back now to the door. In this door family, I can now go here and create new family. And let's say I want to make another generic model because I want to have a 4th choice in that previous list. And now just for demonstration purposes, I can now just make in here a quick cylinder. Something like this. Maybe just a bit higher. I can now save this one. Just cylinder. And now nest it into the door family. I can place it anywhere, maybe over here. Now, watch what happens if I load this door back into my project. This one is here, obviously, because I added it to the door family. But if I now select this door, underneath signage type, instead of 3 choices, I now have 4, because now the cylinder is there as well. The reason being that this cylinder family is of this same category, generic model. If I select it, obviously that looks horrible, but you get the idea. This is also one of the limitations of this family type, because there's no way to tell it that under here I only want family types from this signage family. It will just list all the nested families of this door that belongs to this same category here, generic model. Anyway, as long as you know that's what's happening, I'm sure you can figure out how to make the most of this very useful family parameter type. Exactly what we did for this handle family. If I go back into the door family again, select the handle there, I can now check out its family. And in here, we have different types for different handle solution. That's a typical one there. That's a vertical option. And also the push plates. Alright, if you like these tutorials and want more like this every single day, make sure to subscribe to this channel. For now, practice this new technique and I'll see you in the next lesson.